So I was feeling really inspired to record a little video for you about a question that's come up a few times, and no wonder I'm feeling inspired. I'm sitting here really windswept. I'm actually on the beach in Dubai, and look, that's my inspiration, that gorgeous turquoise water there. I'm sort of hiding in the corner here without my mask, and also just because the wind isn't affecting the sound too much here. Anyway, just to get on with it, the question that I've been asked is what kind of age is the maximum that you can start applying for private flying jobs. I mean, you know, in the US particularly, there are ladies in some of the groups that are definitely in their 60s that have really taken care of themselves, and also their maturity, their level of competence, and also their experience is really taken into consideration. I'd say it's a little bit yet less in Europe and even less in the Middle East, for example. But I really want to give you a fantastic example of how none of this stuff necessarily fits into that one box fits all criteria. Unfortunately, private flying, because it's such a visual, high-powered, money-orientated industry, it is quite fickle with some of the criteria, for example, that wouldn't be allowed in Europe. So in Europe, you can't really put an age limit on a job that you're applying for. Here in the Middle East, for example, that is the case. They will say not less than this age, and they'll put an upper age. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because I am a more mature flight attendant. I've been doing this a really long time. And I just want to give you an example that last year I was in a very long-term job, and I was offered some freelance work here in the Middle East, and I can't talk about the operation. However, they were looking for a second flight attendant. They already had one, they were looking for a second one. And it's just a really last minute requirement. They needed somebody just to fill in for a week, that was it. And they saw my CV, saw my age, and they said, actually, in terms of a job, you wouldn't fit, like a permanent job, you wouldn't fit our criteria. However, with your experience, we'd love to have you on board, so to speak, for a week. I was like, great, okay, I'm not looking for a job, that's all good. So I came over and I literally just did one flight, and it was a short flight. I didn't do much of a service, but the things that I did do, I know I did really well, but that's just simply because of all the experience that I have. And the next day that client called the company and said, we need to hire her. And just to let you know that their age criteria, I am 19 years older than what their maximum age criteria is. So I just want to say that I'm not going to lie to you. If you're starting to apply for work in your mid-40s and you don't have any experience behind you, it's going to be really, really difficult. In fact, probably miraculous to start picking up some work. However, as I say, not one box fits all. And I think given that I have a lot of experience probably helped me as well. Of course, I do my best to really take care of myself in every way. So all of that stuff, it's all kind of ticks many boxes. But I just want to say that don't be put off by certain criteria. Sometimes things work out like it did for me back then, where you just kind of fall through that loophole. And once they've seen you, once they've worked with you, once they have felt your energy in the cabin and how you project your energy with them, how you're able to really feel what it is that they need by really centering yourself and all that stuff that I do quite naturally, that I've practiced for a long time, and I will be teaching that soon as well because I think it's so valuable. Then really the world is your oyster. So, you know, we don't fit into a box. We are all incredible, unique individuals, and that's what makes us really special in this job. So I hope that helps.